Hello and welcome to another LeetCode solution video. This is problem number 39, combination sum. This problem, we're given an array of distinct integers candidates and a target integer target. Return a list of all unique combinations of candidates where the chosen number sum to target. You may return the combination in any order. The same number may be chosen from candidates an unlimited number of times. Two combinations are unique if the frequency of at least one of the chosen numbers is different. The test cases are generated such that the number of unique combinations that sum up to the target is less than 150 combinations for the given input. For example 1, we're given an input candidates of 2, 3, 6, 7 and a target of 7. So our output for this problem would be 2, 2, 3, and 7. And this is because 2 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7 and 7 by itself equals 7. For example 2, we're given an input candidates of 2, 3, 5 and a target of 8. So we have three outputs of 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 3, 5. This is because 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8, 2 plus 3 plus 3 equals 8, and 3 plus 5 equals 8. And for example 3, we're given an input candidates of 2 and our target is 1. So our output is empty because 2 does not equal 1. Let's go through an example. For this example, our candidate's input is 2, 4, 5, and our target is 10. For this problem, we're going to use backtracking to analyze all possible combinations to see if they add up to our target value of 10. So to start off, we'll keep track of our current combination, and we'll have a temp target value, which will initially be set to our target of 10. And we'll loop through our candidates, adding each number to our current combination and subtracting it off of our target value until our target value is equal to 0 or is less than 0. If the temp target value becomes 0, then we know that our current combination is valid and we'll add it to our output list. Otherwise, we'll use backtracking to remove the most recent value from our current combo and check the next value in our candidates array. So starting off, we'll add 2 to our current combo and subtract it from our temp target. So now we have our temp target of 8. And since we're allowed to use the same candidates value multiple times, we'll add another 2. And we're going to continue adding 2's here until our temp target is equal to 0 or less than our current candidate's value. So we'll add another 2. Our temp target is still greater than our current candidate and it's not 0, so we'll add another 2. Our temp target is still greater than or equal to our current candidate and not equal to 0, so we'll add one last 2. And now that our temp target is equal to 0, we can add our current combo to our output list. And now I want to do some backtracking. We'll start by removing our most recent addition to our current combo and adding it back to our temp target. And now we'll check to see if our other candidates fit into this current combo. And when we check against 4 and 5, our temp target is less than both those values, so we'll skip them and we'll do another backtrack. So now our current combo is 3 2's and our temp target is 4, so we'll check our 4. Our temp target is greater than or equal to our current candidate, so we'll add it to our combo. And now our temp target is equal to 0 again, so we can add our current combo to our output. And now we'll want to do backtracking again. So we'll remove our 4 from our current combo, add it back to our temp target, and we'll check against our last candidate, which is 5. Our temp target is less than 5, so we don't want to add it. And we'll do backtracking again. And we'll check against our other candidates. Our temp target is 6, which is greater than or equal to 4, so we'll add 4. And we'll try adding another 4. Our temp target is 2, which is not greater than or equal to 4, so we'll move on to 5. Our temp target is also not greater than or equal to 5, so we won't add it as well. And since our temp target is still greater than 0, and we've reached the end of our candidates, we know that this is not a valid combo, so we'll have to backtrack again. So now we'll try adding 5 to this combo, and the same thing happens. Our temp target is not equal to 0, and it's less than our current candidate, so we can't add another 5 here, so we're going to backtrack again. And since we've exhausted all candidates for this current combo, we'll backtrack again. And now we'll try adding 4, and we can add another 4 because our temp target is greater than or equal to our current candidate. And now our temp target is equal to 0, so we know our current combination is valid, and we can add it to our output. And now we'll have to do some more backtracking. After removing a 4, our temp target's 4, which is less than our next candidate, so we'll have to do backtracking again. And now we'll try adding 5 to our current combination. And our temp target is now less than our current candidate and not equal to 0, so we can't add another candidate. And it's not a valid combination, so we'll have to backtrack again. And now we've exhausted all possible combinations with 2 as our starting value, so we'll move on to 4. Our temp target is still greater than or equal to our current candidate, so we'll add another 4. Now our temp target is less than our current candidate and not equal to 0, so it's not a valid combination, and we'll have to backtrack. So now we can try adding 5 into our current combination, and same thing happens here. Our temp target is less than our current candidate but not equal to 0, so invalid combo, and we can't add any more candidates. So we'll backtrack again, and we've exhausted all combinations with 4 as our starter, so we'll backtrack to add 5 as our initial candidate in our current combo. And with 5 as our current combo, our temp target is greater than or equal to our current candidate, so we can add another. And our temp target is equal to 0, so this is a valid combination, so we'll add it to our output. And now we've reached the end of our candidates array, so we can just return our output with our 4 valid combinations. Let's jump into the code. The first thing we're going to want to do is define our backtracking function. And we'll want to pass 3 variables into our backtrack function. We'll want to pass our starting index, our target value, and our current combination. The first thing we're going to want to do in our backtracking function is check to see if our current combination is a valid combo. And we can do that by checking to see if our target value is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, we have a valid combination, and we'll want to add this to our output list. And then we can return to start our next round of backtracking. And our result variable is going to be what we output at the end, and we'll define it later in our main part of our solution. So next we'll want to iterate through our list of candidates, starting from our start index that is passed to our backtrack function. And the first thing we can do here is check to see if our current candidate value is greater than our target. And if it is greater than our target, we want to skip it, so we'll continue. And if our current candidate is not greater than our target, we want to add it to our current combination and use it in another round of backtracking. And when we call our backtracking function again, we're going to want to pass our current index, which is I, and we'll also want to pass it our target value minus our current candidate's value, and we'll want to pass it our current combination. And then finally, we'll want to remove our most recent value we added to our current combo so that we can try our next candidate's value in that combination. And that's it for our backtrack function. So let's go to our main part of our solution. And the first thing we'll want to do is define our result variable. One other thing we'll want to do is ensure our candidates list is sorted in ascending order. This will just ensure that we don't get any duplicates in our output, so we can just sort our candidates array. Next, we'll want to kick off our backtracking by calling the backtrack function with our start value of 0, our target value, and an empty list for our current combo. And finally, we'll just want to return our result value. That's it for the code, so let's run this. All test case passed, so let's submit. Our solution was accepted, so that's it for this problem. If you like this video and want to see more content like it, make sure to check out my channel. Thanks for watching.